Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So this is going to be part 6 of the wash series. So far, we've done the wheels, we've done the actual car wash, the drying process, windows, and interior. And the last thing that I always do in my washes is actually dress the wheels. For whatever reason, that is the last thing that I end up doing during my car wash. I'm going to show you exactly what products I use, what tools I use, and exactly the process I do actually applying them on the wheels. A very simple process. My car wash method may seem crazy to some because most people just wash it with one bucket and they're done in 20 minutes. But honestly, for the extent that I go with my car washes every single time, really not that much work. And when you maintain something as well as I do my car, it's just much easier to clean. It's much more satisfying. It doesn't take as long. And the reward at the end is so much better. Let's take a look at the products that I actually use to dress the wheels. So I got a couple different products here. I'm gonna go over each one here so you get an understanding of what I use and why I use it. And then we'll actually apply it on the tires so you can see it in action. But first off, this is my dressing pad or whatever you wanna call it. It's by Adams, can't really see it, but it says Adams Polishes. I believe it's called the Hex Grip. It's really, really nice. It's actually meant for tires. It gets into the grooves and the letters and all the font on the tires and everything, so it's great. I absolutely love this thing. It keeps your hands clean. One of the things I used to hate about doing tires is, you get your hands all gross and slimy and all that, and I never really liked that. So this is a really nice product. Keeps your hands clean. I always end up using a latex glove as well, but sometimes I just use my hand and it works great. So we're gonna be using that. As you can see, I got 2 different types of tire dressing here. Now, I've tried many, many different ones. There's a lot of them on the market, and there's a couple of them that I still want to try, but ultimately I've been stuck on one product for a very long time, and I'm having a hard time getting away from it. And that product is Adams VRT. This, for whatever reason, this is just my favorite. Like I said, I've tried many, many different brands, different kinds, different methods, and this is just ends up looking the best, lasting the longest, and it just does a good job. And I just really like the way it performs and looks. I also have CarPro Pearl here. This seems to be a big favorite to a lot of detailers, especially Matt at Obsessed Garage. He actually is the one that turned me on to this in the first place, but for whatever reason, I just did not like it. It ended up turning my tires brown. And it just, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing differently than he was. He used to use this product straight from what I gather. I don't believe he diluted it. He may have. I never tried to dilute it. I just like a product that I'm able to just use right away. Just straight out of the bottle. I don't like sitting there having to mix a million things and it's different each time. I like just a product that is ready to go. And that is one of the things I love about VRT. This Pearl is pretty good. I've had some nice results. The actual look of it looked really nice, but ultimately, as soon as it got wet or it rained, the tire, this is shed off and the tires end up turning brown. It was terrible. Thankfully, I never did it on one of my fun cars. It was on my Jeep. So I really didn't care that much, but it was just I wasn't a fan of it. So honestly, I haven't used that since. So it's been 4 years since I've used this stuff. I think I tried it on my wife's car and it was okay. But I never was a fan and I didn't want to turn those tires brown either. So kind of put that off to the side. I haven't used it. I don't know why I still have it. I think just because there's so much left that I just felt bad about throwing it away. And I was thinking maybe I'll try it again in the future, which I still may. But right now I am still loving Adams VRT. Matt from Obsessed Garage just came out with his own tire dressing, and I've been really wanting to try that. So once this is out, I'm gonna grab a bottle of that and see how it is. There's a lot of feedback on it and a lot of people are loving it. For me, I don't really like a wet, glossy, shiny looking tire. I just like something that looks kind of a matte finish, just looks fresh, and it gives it a really deep black. I don't like anything that's just gonna sling all over the side of your car and it washes off in a second. I like something that's gonna last and actually protect your tires and keep them looking good and new. And VRT really does a great job at doing that. Let's go over my method and process on the actual tires so you guys get a better idea exactly how this product looks and how do you actually apply it. Okay, so let's get to actually applying on the tires so you can see just what VRT looks like and how I put it on. There's a lot of different ways to do it. You can use a brush, you can use the pad that I use, you can do it a lot of different ways. But for me, like I said, every method that I do is there's a purpose. Believe it or not, the quickest way to do it to get the best results. So, ultimately, I'm not looking to sit here and paint each tire and sit there for, 5 minutes each side and get everything. And I just found that this pad that I use from Adams works the best. It's very quick and easy, and it gets the product everywhere. It gets it on all the letters and all the little font and everything. I always hate seeing when cars rolling by and a missed spot on the tire, and it just looks, you know, goofy when you're rolling down the road. So it gives a really good even application, and it's just easy to use. Very simple to do. I have this in a different bottle than the normal Adams bottles, so that obviously this looks a little different. This is just what I use. I just prefer the clear bottles, the clean look of it. So I simply just take a little bit. Now keep in mind, this pad it already has a lot of product on it just from doing it every single week basically. So you don't need to put that much on. But simply after I do the wheels, or after I dry the car off and it's ready to go, I simply just go around and wipe the wheels down to get all the water off, make sure there's no excess water on the tires or anything like that. So these are clean. There's no water on there or anything like that. And there you go. That's all I do. Honestly, I don't go back and wipe any excess off or anything. The amount that I put on is not that much, so it doesn't really slop on and look greasy or wet or anything. It just leaves a nice matte finish. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's not obnoxious where it looks like it's just unnatural and you can tell that there's tire shine on there. It just looks like a fresh, clean looking tire. That's just the way I like to keep them. So, a lot of people will come back, wipe the excess off with a towel, or they'll go back around and add more. There's a lot of different ways that people end up doing it, but that's just the way I end up doing it. And I really prefer the way this looks. And the best thing about it is it doesn't sling up all over the side of the car. Honestly, this stuff stays on. Usually in my next wash, I'm scrubbing it off with the Adams tire and rubber cleaner. So it stays on really, really well. It's not really any benefit in terms of beading or anything like that, but I've noticed, when the car does get wet, the tires don't stay wet on the sides there. They just the water just runs right off of them, which is really nice. Just so, the water doesn't sit on there and they get all gross and everything like that. So as you can see, it leaves a really nice finish. It's not over the top. It's not super greasy or slimy or anything like that. It looks really good. And I've been using this method and this product for years. And I really don't intend on changing it. Like I said, I did want to try Obsessed Garage's new tire shine, and that will come in due time, but I still got a lot of VRT left, so I'm not really in a rush. Usually when I find a product, it takes a lot for me to get rid of it and try something else, but just because if I found something that I like and it looks good and I'm happy with it, I'm not really going to change it. There's no point. Every single time I've ever done that, I always end up going back to what I originally was using or what I originally liked. Not to say that I'm not willing to try new things. Obviously I am. I've tried them, a ton of things over the years. It's just ultimately after the amount of things that I've tried, I've pretty much landed on a really great group of products. And that's just what I use. If something better does come out over the years, obviously I'm going to try it. Just like right now, I'm going to try Matt's new tire dressing, see how it is, see if I like it. I might completely love it and totally kick VRT out of my lineup. But for now, I'm just going to rock the VRT, and it looks really good. I don't know what kind of shine or what kind of look that you guys like, but this is just what I prefer. Again, I don't like anything glossy or greasy or too shiny. I just like it a nice matte, deep black finish. It's like the cherry on top after you wash the car. It's the last step. It makes it look way cleaner, way nicer, and just finished. When I don't have tire shine on my tires, I feel incomplete. I feel weird. It's very rare that I've gotten to that point where I haven't done it, but there has been times when I maybe just didn't have enough time or something like that, and I didn't feel like the whole car wash was complete. So that is my tire dressing method. Very simple. I know it's a kind of a quick video. I know it's not really a in-depth, process or anything like that I really have to explain much. But again, people ask me these questions all the time, so making this video will just help those people out so I can direct them exactly how I do it, what products I use, how it looks and everything like that. So keep in mind all this stuff that I've used in this video are down in the links below. You can either use the Obsessed Garage link or you can use the direct Amazon links down in the description. Either way, if you are interested in getting any of this stuff, be sure to use those links. I get a little bit of a kickback, which really helps this channel, allows me to keep making these videos for you guys. So, if you are interested in purchasing any of those, be sure to use those links. I would really appreciate it. That's it for this one, guys. I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Appreciate you checking out the video. If you guys have any questions, be sure to ask them below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, Keep it simple. I'll catch you in the next one.